Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 13 of this Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. This is it. This is the finale episode. I am so excited to finally beat this game with you. I hope that you've had as much fun as I have had throughout this whole video series, and I'm going to finish strong. As I said in part 1, I have not beaten this game before, so I'm very excited to take another shot at the final boss and see if we can come out victorious. What we're going to do is proceed through this place called the World of Darkness, and there are a couple different mini-bosses that we have to fight in preparation to actually take out the final boss. So we're going to do a quick save first, and now we're going to head up and to the left, and we'll follow the walkway around this way, and we're going to go up and up the stairs to get started. So there are 4 different places to go, and we're going to do the top left one first. As we proceed through here, we're going to come to these enemies. These are Kages. They're very similar to the Shinobi type of enemies that we fought before. We're a little bit stronger now thanks to our very own ninja jobs, so we can do a lot of damage and take them out pretty easily, and they're not going to do nearly as much damage to us as what they have done in the past. So we're just using some pretty good attacks, and we should take these guys out no problem. Let's keep proceeding toward the left through the secret passage, and we're going to work our way right around this hallway. There's a chest on the left. When we open it, it's a monster encounter, and we get Xandy's clone. All 4 treasure chests in the World of Darkness are accompanied by this very monster. And luckily, it is not as tough as the boss. Not that the boss was very tough in particular, but it only takes a couple of rounds in order to eliminate this enemy. So we'll just use our good physical attacks with our ninjas, use our strong magics. I like to use Quake or maybe Bio against him. I'm saving the flares for later on because we do have a boss to fight in each of the 4 quadrants that we have to go to fight the mini bosses before the final boss. So just heal up as necessary, save some of your stronger spells for later on, but we are able to get free heals and restoring all of our magic uses after we beat the final bosses. We just need a little bit in the tank yet so that we can actually beat those bosses before we get the free heals. So just do whatever you need to do to get through these fights, use your good attacks, keep healing up, and you should be just fine. Xandy's clone likes to use Quake on us to do some damage, but we can do that back to him, and we will emerge victorious. We get a ribbon for our efforts, and now what we're going to do is head down and then to the right. We're going to go through the secret passage hallways, all the way working around until we get to the end of this section where we can exit. Here's another new enemy. It's the Shadow Master. It looks like the Kunoichi that we fought before. She likes to use Protect on her first turn, so that will lessen the amount of damage that we do to her with physical attacks, but she's still going to take full damage from our magic attacks, and they're pretty easy to eliminate. Let's keep going all the way to the end of this passage and then up the stairs. This is the Dark Wind Crystal, so head on up for a little scene. The wrath of Dark cannot be stopped. This will be your final resting place. Here's the first of 4 of the mini-bosses we need to defeat before the final boss, and this is Cerberus. Cerberus has 60,000 HP, and it is altogether pretty unremarkable of a boss fight. You see, all it really does is use single target attacks like Firaga against you, or it can use a party-based attack called Lightning to do decent damage to your entire party. This is nothing that a good Kiraga can't take care of, so just have your ninjas use their physical attacks. You don't want to throw your shurikens yet, we'll save that for the final boss. Just have your Devout use Kiraga every turn, and then your Magus can use Flare, and you're going to take this boss down in no time at all. You're doing lots of damage every single turn, and it will take probably 8 turns or so before this boss goes down. We get a free heal right after this battle, so don't hold anything back magic-wise. You can use your strongest spells to do lots of damage every single turn. What I just did is I got my team set up, and then I just went into auto battle and just let the fight play out. So I'll let that roll on for the rest of this battle, and I will see you at the end. Alright, Cerberus is gone. He was a piece of cake. If you're enjoying these videos, make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you want to. We'd love to have you in the community. Now go up and interact with the crystal. I am one of the 4 warriors of dark. We managed to stop the wrath of light 1,000 years ago. Light and dark, our 2 worlds depend on one another. If the 2 were to converge, it would bring about a single world of nothingness, a void. Now that light is weakened, the darkness is spreading, the wrath of dark is upon us. The only force that can stop this and return balance is within you, the 4 warriors of light. I am here to aid you. We cannot allow the void to consume our worlds. After he leaves, talk to the dark crystal again. The crystal glows softly. Warriors of light. Only you can restore hope to the world, for yours is the light that can balance out the darkness. HP and MP restored, KO'd, allies revived, and status restored. Okay, so there's our free heal. Now let's head back to that central area where we started, and we will just walk back through all of these secret passageways until we get back to the beginning part. Now that we're back in that main central chamber, we're going to go back toward the middle, and now we will go down to the bottom left exit and go down the stairs. From here, you can really go down any of these passageways. I'll just go to the one in the middle and head straight down. On the way, we run into this Queen Scylla. It is very similar to one of the monsters that we fought that was guarding a legendary weapon in Eureka, but these ones are pretty easy to defeat as well. We'll just use some strong attacks. The bio seems to work pretty good, doing some decent damage on it, and we'll just work our way through this enemy. It is also susceptible to that petrification effect, so if you want to, you can just hit it with a couple of the petrifying weapons, and it'll be gone in no time. Okay, we'll keep heading down, and then when you get to the bottom, go toward the left down this hallway, and that will take you to another passage that leads you all the way to this treasure chest. Of course, it's going to be another one of those Xandy's clone enemies, so I'm just going to speed this fight up because we've already seen what that looks like, and we'll get to the end of this fight a little bit quicker. Again, just make sure that you're using your physical attacks. Save your strongest magic attacks, but go ahead and use a bio or quake, and those will do pretty well against it. And we get another ribbon from this treasure chest. We're going to go ahead and start equipping those onto our characters, and the ribbon doesn't provide the best defense per se. However, it guards against a whole bunch of those status ailments, so that's really handy so that you don't get those negative status ailments on your characters. Well, we're going to go back up this passageway and then through that hallway of all these tiles, and then we're going to go down through the center one and up the stairs. This is now the dark water crystal, so as you're heading up, make sure that you heal and quick save, then proceed up. You have come far, but this is the end of the line. This world will be engulfed in darkness and returned to the void. And now we fight Echidna, who has 70,000 HP, so a little bit more than the last boss that we fought. And this fight is also fairly unremarkable. Echidna will use some very high level magics like Flare against you or Quake, and we're going to respond in kind. We're going to use a Flare or Meteor. We'll have our ninjas attack, and then our Devout is just going to use either Kiraga or Kiraja every turn on the whole party, and we should be able to keep up with the damage no problem. Once you get all the attacks locked in, go ahead and hit that auto battle button and let the battle play out. You might want to just keep an eye on it just in case someone's HP values get a little bit low, but with your Devout using that Kiraga every turn, you should be more than fine to do that. Maybe throw in a Kiraja in a little bit if you need to, if things get a little bit dicey for you. But honestly, this boss is pretty easy and you should be able to beat it without any real issue whatsoever. So that's the end of the strategy portion of this. I'm just going to let it play out, and I will see you at the end of the Echidna boss fight. Okay, with Echidna gone, we're just going to do the same thing as when we were talking to the last crystal. We'll just go up there and interact with it for another little cutscene. I am one of the warriors of dark. When the powers of light or dark become too great, the cloud of darkness is created to return the world to the void. Only the hope inherent in the forces of light and dark can stop it. Now go, warriors of light, I will assist you with my powers of dark. And once again, we will talk to the crystal to get that full HP and MP. And now we're going to go down and we will work our way back out of here all the way back to that central chamber. So just walk all the way up that middle pathway. And then when you get to the top, head to the right, and the stairs are just above you. On our way back toward the middle section of this area, we get into another encounter with a monster we haven't seen before. This is the Jormungand, and it's a pretty easy monster. We just have to hit it with some strong attacks, but it's also susceptible to that petrification effect. So if you hit it 3 times with one of your petrification weapons, it will instantly kill this monster. So that's a very viable strategy to use. Otherwise, it doesn't have a lot of HP. You can just burn through it with your strong attacks. Let's keep going all the way to the middle, and we're going to stay on the bottom section, go all the way to the right, and then down the stairs. From here, we're going to go down. This is just a big maze-like area. Once you get to the intersection, go up, and then all the way to the right. There's a secret passage if you keep going through the right, and that will take you to this chest. Once again, it's going to be a Xandy's clone, and we're going to fight it the same way that we fought the other one so far. So let me speed this up for you, and I'll see you at the end of this fight. We get yet another ribbon, so we will go ahead and put this on our final character. We actually are able to get 5 ribbons throughout the whole game. We got 1 from an earlier dungeon, and then there are 4 in the World of Darkness. Not really sure why that's the case, but if we replace the crystal helm with a ribbon, then we are all set with that. Okay, let's keep going through here. Now we're going to go down after we get through the secret passage, working our way around the very linear path. We run into a Garm. This is a much weaker form of that Cerberus boss that we just fought. So once again, it will hit it with a couple good attacks, and it's going to be out no problem. Head down till you get to the main intersection and then go all the way to the right, and you will take the stairs leading up right after you get to the end of this hallway. This is the room with the Dark Earth Crystal, so head up for a little cutscene. The Wrath of Dark has nearly reached its zenith. No one can stop it, least of all you. Okay, here we have Ahriman. This guy is not very difficult, and we are going to follow kind of the same strategy as what we've been doing for the other bosses around here. We're just going to have our ninjas attack normally, we will have our Devout use Kiraga every turn, and then use a Flare with our Magus. This guy does use Meteor on our whole party, which can do some pretty good damage. However, that Kiraga should be able to keep up with a lot. It can also use moves like Thundaga to target one party member at a time for more focused damage, but this guy is not very difficult at all. We're going to just lock in our attacks, hit that auto battle, and just ride it out until the end. So pretty easy fight, just follow that normal strategy and you should emerge victorious pretty quickly. Once Ahriman is down, you should know exactly what to do, and that would be go up, talk to the crystal, and we'll get another little cutscene. I am one of the Warriors of Dark. The Wrath of Dark will affect not just your world, both of our worlds will succumb. The Void is coming, but with our powers combined, we can stop it. We must destroy the Cloud of Darkness. And once again, talk to the crystal a second time, and you will get all of your health and MP back. Let's go back. We're going to go all the way back toward that central hub area, and then that will allow us to go to our final destination, and we will just work our way back around through the maze. Really just go all the way to the left to start, and then just follow the linear path either up or down, and you'll get back very easily to the center. And then head over to the left, and that will work your way right out. Okay, from here, we're just going to go up and then back left toward the center. Now go up and to the right, and that will take us to the final section that we have to do. So head up, there's a couple little walkways over through the right if there's some cracks in the wall, but we're just going to go all the way up and all the way to the right, and that will take us to our final treasure chest with yet another one of Xandy's clones. Follow the same strategy as before, and this battle will be over before you know it. Here we get the final ribbon, as well as the legendary treasure hunter trophy for opening up every single treasure chest in the entire game. Congratulations, that's a hard one. And we're just going to make sure that all of our characters have that ribbon equipped, and that will set us up pretty nicely for the end of the game. So once you're all set with that, now we're going to head down, and we're going to head toward the left when we get to the bottom. All the way through this walkway, then go up and right through the crack, and that will take you to the stairs a little bit more directly, otherwise you have to walk all the way around. At the fire crystal room, head up for a little scene. Darkness will prevail and bring an end to the world as you know it. You will now disappear with the rest of the world. Mwahaha! Here is the two-headed dragon, and if you think that using the same strategy here as what you used on the other bosses will work, it definitely will not. I thought I was pretty confident, I went in there, I set up all my attacks, I hit that auto battle button thinking I could go get a drink or something and let this play out, and oh no, that did not happen. Immediately my Devout gets decimated by an incredibly strong physical attack, and that is going to be the name of the game for this dragon. We have to really manage what's going on here because my characters can't take a hit. Apparently, they just die as soon as they're attacked here. So the two-headed dragon does an immense amount of damage with its physical attacks. Even if you had Protect up, it might not be enough to save you. So I'm going to go through a lot of Phoenix Downs, keeping everyone alive. What I kind of figured throughout this fight is that if there was only one character down, I could focus on attacking. But as soon as two characters went down, I would have to focus on reviving them so that I didn't just get outnumbered. We never wanted to get to the point where we only had one character alive. That would be a very bad situation for us. So you want to manage the revives if you're dealing with the same kind of thing. But otherwise, if you're able to take a few more hits than I can, this battle will go significantly easier for you as you just have to keep dishing out the damage. Luckily, this fight doesn't take too long. He had 65,000 HP, so not as much as some of the other monsters that we fought recently, but it's still going to take a little while for you to get through this fight, especially if you have to spend a lot of time resurrecting party members who got KO'd. And the good news for us as well is that it doesn't use any party-based attacks. It will only use that very strong physical attack against one party member, so you don't have to worry about it just KOing your entire team all at once. You will have a chance to revive party members throughout the fight. So just keep at it, and eventually you should emerge victorious. I'm just going to let this one play out, and I'll see you at the end of it. Holy moly, that was some kind of fight, but luckily we did emerge victorious and we can continue on. Once again, we will just talk to the Dark Crystal for a little scene. I am a warrior of dark. Our worlds came from the void and will one day return to it. There is only one force that can keep the nothingness at bay: hope. The void is inevitable. Someday it will consume everything. But today is not that day, not while there is still hope and love in the worlds of light and dark. As long as there is hope, the void cannot win. With the powers of the dark and light, defeat the force that is calling forth the void. And finally, we will talk to the crystal one last time, and that will completely refill our HP and MP. If anyone was knocked out, they can come back. And now let's head on south. We're going to go back through the maze, but luckily there are shortcuts on the left, and then head down another shortcut to the left, and finally head south. Well, that's it. That's all 4 of the quadrants done. Now let's go back to the middle and up the main stairs in the center. All you have to do in this room with the weird platforms is hug the right wall. All of the platforms that you need are on the right side. As you go up, you will encounter another enemy that we haven't seen before. This is a twin dragon that only appears around this area, and luckily it's not nearly as bad as the two-headed dragon that we just fought. We are actually able to survive these attacks, and working together with our team, we can use some good attacks to take it down. It should only take a few turns to do this. The HP is not nearly as high as what the boss's was, and it should be a pretty quick fight to end it. Okay, keep heading up, once again sticking toward the right side as you go up. We're going to walk around here a little bit until we find the final enemy that we need, the Hydra. It looks a lot like the Echidna that we fought before, but yet again, it's a much lesser version of it. It doesn't have nearly the HP or the attack power for this one. It does like to buff itself with haste, so it can do a few more attacks whenever it does a physical attack, but it's not very dangerous at all. We're just going to use our same tactics to take this guy out, and it will be pretty easy. Okay, at this point, let's go into the Bestiary because we should have just about everything at this point. As we scroll down, I'll let you look at everything that I have. Feel free to pause it if you haven't gotten to it, but we're going all the way down, and the only thing that should be left on this whole list is number 225. That's the final boss's slot. Other than that, we have everything. We got all 4 treasure chests here, all with the ribbons, and we got the trophy already for that, so we know that we're good on all of the treasures. Let's do some healing before the final boss, as well as go into your items. You can sort and put the shurikens on top, just for convenience if you want to. And I like to use an elixir on our 2 mages, just to give them all of their MP back. We're going to do a final quick save, and then head on up to confront the final boss. We are the cloud of darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. You and your world will be sacrificed to the void. Not if we have anything to say about it. Ha! This is the world of darkness. You think your powers of light can defeat us in our own land? Their light alone may not be enough, but our powers of darkness can suppress your evil. You would be willing to sacrifice your lives for the light? Fools. We will not let you reduce the world to nothing. Your demise is none of our concern. The crystals of darkness may be gone, but we have no need of them any longer. We will defeat you and absorb the powers of light. The world will become the void. This is where you die, warriors of light. Alright everyone, this is it. It is do or die time against the cloud of darkness. we're going to use our ninja's throw command to toss some shurikens at her, and it will do significant damage. It is really a good tactic to get as many shurikens as you can, because you'll do upwards of 7,000, even max damage, all the way up to 9,999 for every shuriken you throw. We're going to take the first turn to use Holy, and then we're going to just use a Flare with our Magus. She loves to use her particle beam attack to do a lot of damage to all of our party members at the same time, and luckily for us, because we went and we did all those side quests, defeating those mini bosses, and we got the aid of the Warriors of Dark, we are actually able to survive that attack. Had we not done that, that particle beam would absolutely annihilate us. So good thing we had to do that for all of the different Bestiary entries that we need to get, and to go around and get all of those treasure chests for that. But if you're just playing this game regularly, you should be doing those things as well, otherwise you probably won't stand a chance whatsoever against this boss. This thing only gets really dangerous when it uses multiple particle beams in a row, and that is going to put a lot of strain on our HP, and you might have a time where your Devout just isn't keeping up with that. If you do have a party member go down, just take one turn to pick them up, and then have your Devout use Kiraja. Everyone will be back to pretty high HP values, and you can just continue on from there. So that's really going to do it for the strategy section of this fight. In other versions of this game, you had to attack the different body parts. You can see the main green body, but there's also those little tendril things coming off of her, those little snakes. In other versions of this game, you had to attack those things separately, but not in this one. It's just one monster that you have to focus on, so that's pretty nice. So like I said, that's the end of the strategy talk. I'm just going to let the rest of the battle play out, and I will see you at the end of this fight after we've defeated the Cloud of Darkness. And with the Cloud of Darkness gone and disintegrating, you can congratulate yourselves on officially beating Final Fantasy III. We get the Field Research Professional Trophy for getting 100% of the Bestiary entries. In the beginning there was the void, then came light and darkness. From them everything was born. The heavens, skies, water, fire, life. Time inexorably brings all back to its beginnings. But from life something new was born, a shining force that separated the light from the dark and illuminated the world. It was called hope. When the balance between light and dark is broken, and the world again slides toward oblivion, the chosen will appear once more. Do not forget that the source of the warrior's power is the hope that lives inside us all. Dreams, despair, love, time can obscure it all. Do not accept this, do not forget it, and time will never erase what life has to offer. Find your last remaining spark of light, a light that shines brightly when all else is dark. the light of hope. You're all still here. Lunith, Ark, Refia, Ingus. You did it. Well done. No doubt you're the true heroes of this story. Not half bad. Come on, it's time to go home. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure's all ours, but I think it's about time I return to Amber. Fellas, you're back, safe and sound. Of course, barely broke a sweat. Without your help, we never would have made it. Thank you. Ha ha ha! If you ever need help, we heroes will be here. Come and train with us anytime, until we meet again. We've reached Ceronia. I suppose I must return. Thank you for everything, Your Highness. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty. It was your light that saved our world. It is I who should be thanking you, brave warriors. If I can lead my kingdom with even half the courage you have shown, I will be content. You have my sincere thanks. We've almost reached Canaan. Guess this is my stop. My wife's probably worried sick. Wait, I'll get off here too. Why do you want to stop in Canaan, Dash? Well, I just wanted to check in on someone. Huh? Oh, fine. It's Selena, okay? Oh, you wanted to see her? How sweet. Oh, come on, leave me alone. Go get her, Tiger. Honey! Oh dear, not in front of your friends. You're embarrassing me. Selena! Dash, please don't ever leave me again. Never, I promise. Come on, honey. We can't let these kids show us up now, can we? Oh, fine. Just one kiss then. Ahem. Whoops, got a little carried away. Sorry about that. Let me know if you go on any more adventures. I could always lend a hand. Oh, no, you don't. Looks like you're not going anywhere for a while, Dash. Don't rub it in. You're welcome back here anytime. Besides, you still gotta try my wife's cooking. Thank you, Sid. Dash, we'll see you later. Shall we head back to Sasne now, Your Highness? Can't I stay with you? I don't want to go home just yet. But Princess Sarah... Don't you understand? I want to stay with you. Oh. Did I embarrass you? Come, let's go to Ur. It's Ur. We're home. Oh, I can't wait to see where you grew up. Welcome back. Oh, Lunith, Ark, Refia, Ingus, you're home. We did it, oh Papa, Nina. Well, I always knew you were destined to do great things. We are proud of you. Welcome home. You saved the world. Wow, you're amazing. So I guess they weren't joking about you being the Warriors of Light. Hero's got a kiss from me. Pucker up. Not so fast. Oops. The world is now safe from the darkness. All this is thanks to your pure hearts. Thank you, Warriors of Light. Oh? Look, the light. The crystal is back to its former brilliance. It's beautiful. The darkness has dispersed, and a new dawn has come. When it's all done, you'll be prompted to save the completed game data, so go ahead and do that. And then head back to the title screen. From here, you get a Vision of Hope trophy by defeating the Cloud of Darkness and restoring balance to the world. And you get the Master of 3 Platinum trophy for getting all of the other trophies in this whole game. I want to sincerely thank you for coming along on this journey with me. I hope that you had as much fun as I did doing this. As I said before in the first episode, I have never beaten this game before, so this is a really good day for me being able to finally check this off the list of Final Fantasy games I've completed, and getting the Platinum trophy on top of it along with you has just been such a highlight and bright spot in my life. I can't wait to get back into Final Fantasy 2 and do that series for you, and then transition over to Final Fantasy 1 as we get all of the Pixel Remaster trophies together. And with that, I'll say thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next one, and have a good day.